Natasha, girl, you are busy. Take a break. I was not expecting to be sitting here today. Hence I've been cleaning the house all morning here. But Natasha Denona just dropped a little bomb on us. And by bomb, I mean a new eyeshadow palette drop. So today I'm going to be doing a shopper drop, of course, when I do dedicated shopper drops. I'm shopping it. But to keep the excitement going about the product, I just love to talk about it and get your guys' opinion on it as well. And as you know, Natasha Denona right now is definitely my favorite eyeshadow brand. And this one, let's talk about it. Now, I didn't look too deep in it. I usually don't for shopper drops because I like to get kind of that first impression with you guys. I've seen enough. But we're going to dive into it together. Okay, so I am on Natasha Denona's Instagram, Natasha Denona Beauty. And this morning, I was not expecting to see this. I said, Natasha girl, what are you doing? The ND eye sculpting era is coming. Who's ready for my first ever all matte neutral mini eyeshadow palette? Okay. And I wasn't sure when we were going to get the look at it, and then normally it takes like a day or two, but we got it just a couple hours later. So you already see launching Christmas Eve, December 24th, and then what do we know? 2 hours ago, boom, here she is. As you can see, it is just like a classic all matte sculpting palette. We have a great range from light to black. First of all, I'm happy that we have like a pretty pale bone shade working its way up to a black. That's incredible. Having the black, one, it can be eyeliner, but two, it can darken those two browns that you see in the center. The era of eye sculpting is here, introducing my first ever all matte neutral mini palette. So she's had all matte palettes before, but it's the first all matte palette, which I'm surprised by in this shape here. This 5pan mini palette perfectly progresses from fair to black overtoned shades, offering the ultimate range for sculpting and shaping of the eyes for all skin tones. Your new go-to neutral matte essential for everything from no makeup looks to simple everyday styles, bold smoky eyes, and more. Whether you use it as a standalone palette or as a structural base to pair with other textures and palettes, the creative possibilities are endless. I know you'll love it for all of its uses. Your new favorite classic. Now here's about the formulas. I combined my silky, buttery, creamy matte and non-patchy buildable silky matte formulas for the most perfect airbrush finish, designed to seamlessly blend and layer effortlessly. Blah, 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 blah. And then we even have the new shade. So this is actually like a new formula. It looks like, I mean, she said it's a hybrid between the creamy mattes. Well, oh, no, it's not. Excuse me. So there's just like 2 silky matte formulations and 3 creamy matte formulations. My investigators, I'm sorry, I had one job and I didn't do it. Are these repeat shades? So this is going to be $27. I mean, I think it's a fair price given the quality that Natasha Denona gives you. And it's actually available tomorrow on the Sephora app. So definitely have your notification bells on for me and my Instagram, because I will upload that once that's available for you guys. But the official launch date is December 24th. And then we'll go over the other launch dates. They're actually in her stories. Okay, so that's the deets. Here's my thoughts on this. Obviously, this is a boring palette. Obviously, I have these colors. I don't need this palette. But if you watched my palette rankings videos for the year, you know I'm going to love this and I'm going to use this. I was into my boring all matte neutral palettes this year because I'm really into like a simple shimmery shade all over the eyelid, and especially single shadows, eyeshadow sticks. This is a palette that I would reach for just for that background shade, just for an eyeliner, just to highlight the brow bone. So I can tell you, boring as this is, I'm going to use it. And I think just looking at her lineup, what she has in her collection, this makes a lot of sense. I think it is needed in her collection. And honestly, I already talk about how perfect these palettes are for travel. I bring them all the time. This is going to be fantastic to travel with. You can bring a single shadow if you need shimmer, and sometimes you don't even need shimmer. Every time I wear an all matte look, like it's quite flattering, and I think this is the perfect range here. I'm really impressed that she has that bone shade, that she has this black shade, and that she has like, this is what I need for a simple classic look. The black in there, I'm just so excited she put a black in. Is this the blackest black? It doesn't say. But the first two shades are silky mattes, and to be honest, I don't really notice too much of a difference between the two formulas, but it'll be easier to tell once I have these in hand. So, and she just named them Fair, Light, Medium, Deep, and Black. And then Medium, Deep, and Black are creamy matte formulation. It's boring, I have these shades, but I'm excited to get the Natasha Denona All Matte formula in one little palette to go, or just to keep handy dandy beside you. For me, what's special about this is it's the Natasha Denona formula, which right now is just above most brands. I'm happy about this. I think, you know, there's no need for this to be like a major launch or anything, like a big talk of the town. It is more so just to have in the lineup, and I think it's important to have that in the lineup. Now, if you go to her stories, we have more of the promo images here. Here it is. So we're able to take a look at the swatches. I mean, mostly I find with Natasha Denona, shimmers could be off if there were something to be off, but I'm pretty confident in her matte formulation. I'm not too worried. I think this is going to be awesome. I know it's not as exciting to look at these swatches, but like all I can think of is essential sculpting. So it says in store January 26th, so there's a delay. If you want to pick it up, you're probably going to have to order it online. Sephora at Kohl's, online December 24th, in store January 3rd. Beautylish, it's coming on Christmas Eve. Here is the EU stuff that you might need to know. In store only in Sephora, Bulgaria. Okay, Sephora UK. I like that she lets you guys know. For all of my European friends and all my friends in other countries, like, it's really great that she lets you know when and where these are coming in other countries, because obviously I mostly know just for the US. So I mean, that's mostly all we got here. It's a pretty simple palette. There's not much that needs to be talked about or looked at, but I did want to get your guys' opinions. I literally just posted this, so we don't have a ton of responses, but make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, because when a new palette comes out, I love to get your guys' opinion. So here we go. I asked, what do you think? Love. Oh, I'ma get it. Me too. Shop. Boring but useful. Will buy because I love these for travel. And that's what I think most people's explanations are going to be. Okay, here's the first one. I don't think we needed this. We didn't need it, but I feel like her line needed it to complete it. Boring, good for makeup artist kit or somebody who gets special shimmers, maybe. Agreed. Boring. Want to buy, wonder how it compares to the mini Urban Decay palettes. My opinion on this, without trying it, is better. Okay, hold on. Here's my opinion on this. Better. Like, I like the Urban Decay ones. I know what you're talking about. I don't have them anymore. But Natasha Denona's formula is just like top of the top, and Urban Decay, while very good and usable, it's not Natasha Denona. Only wear mattes, so was hoping she'd come out with some all matte options. Hate her. Jasmine! I hate her mattes, so it's a no for me. I respect your opinion and respectfully disagree. Heart eyes, don't need it. People will still freak out. I am people. 100% a need. Boring! I'm bored, but also thought it's a powder bronzer launch. You know what? That would have been really cool. Anna here. She does amazing, amazing colored looks. So I can see her not being excited about this. Oh, and she does like amazing hooded eye looks. Reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury one. And you know what? I use the Charlotte Tilbury one a lot. So that's why I'm excited about this. And the Milani Whiskey Business. Now she needs to do the shimmer version. How cool would that be if she came out with an all shimmer version? Kind of boring, but useful. Exactly. Like, we're not jumping for joy about this, but it's like one of the things, at least for me, that I'm like, but I'ma use it though. I know it. I need it. Classic nude, smoky look. Shut up and take my money. Here you go, Natasha. Absolutely. Yes! Why not? Give me now. Honestly, these are the exact responses that I was expecting. My fellow BBs, boring. We're excited about this. We know we're gonna use it. It might not be as pretty to look up, but like we know we're gonna get our money's worth with it. And then of course most of us have that. I'm surprised to say I like it. Nice. I mean, it's nothing revolutionary. We know that. Excited to see Natasha's version of the all matte palette. Hope she brings out a big one. Very Viseart, and Viseart is, at least with all matte palettes in my head, Viseart's at the top of the crop right here. Very tippity top. So it'll be interesting to see what I think about this versus the Viseart, because they have the best all matte palettes. Looks velvety, a must, perfect for travel with an Urban Decay Moon Eyeshadow. Exactamente. Perfect. I want. Love me some BB colors. I think we're back to these in 2025. I think so too. Even I have found myself wearing those looks a lot. I'm not even wearing eyeshadow. I mean, I guess for cleaning the house, I wasn't about to do all that now. I was not expecting to film this. Great, okay. Same responses. I figured. So that made me go into the archives because 'tis true. 'Tis the only all matte palette that Natasha has for the mini size, but 'tis not the only all matte palette she's ever come out with. One of the OGs being the Safari palette. If you know, you know. All my OGers here. Now this is from like another lifetime ago, it seems, from Natasha Denona. No black in here, and this one has a lot of matte colors. This one had definitely mixed opinions, but it looks like, you know, 3 of the 5 colors could be there, but this was the first all matte palette, and I very much liked this one. I liked the looks that I could get from this one. And then, another one that it reminded me of is the All Neutral Biba palette. Now, this one is not an all matte palette, but I'm sure it has, like, no bone color. That was the one that's missing in here. There's Tusk, but that one's a bit deeper. So there's a lighter one, but, you know, Freckle, Cocoa, Spot. I would say 4 of the 5 bases are touched here. But this palette was missing that light one. I will say this is like creme de la creme of Natasha Denona formulation. I don't know if she can ever get them this buttery again. But it's definitely giving me Biba vibes. So listen, it's nothing new, it's nothing exciting, it's nothing revolutionary. But I just know it's something I'm going to use a lot. I just know it's going to be good quality. And for that reason, she should shop. I will be picking it up. And even though it's not the most newest, most exciting palette, I think it is essential for Natasha Denona to have something like that in her line. And I think it's going to do very well. It's going to be one of those sneaky ones where it's not going to make the internet go viral, but it's like if you need an all matte palette to travel with, those basic shades, there you go. So that's all I have for today's quick little video. Just wanted to chit and chat with you. That's mostly why I do these shopper drops, because I have nobody else to talk about this with besides my mom, which very lucky to have her, but I also have thousands of you guys. So that's why I do these, really to just talk about the new makeup on the market. And you will be seeing a review from me very soon. If you have any questions about the palette, make sure you ask it down below, and I will take that in the back of my brain for when I actually do pick this up. And of course, I will let you guys know when this launches. I do have a discount code at Natasha Denona, though I don't know that it will count for this, but whatever. It's going to be on the Sephora app tomorrow anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you share your thoughts down below. That's literally the whole point of this video. Not even to hear me talk. Like, I love when we get conversation going down in the comment section for these videos in particular. I love reading through them. This is just your space, you guys. This is your space to talk about the new makeup. I'm just putting it all in one place for us. So I'll meet you guys in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye, guys.
It's delicious.